Imagine if banks started to give loans to everyone, no matter if they can pay back or not. At first, it feels great. Tons of people buying houses, prices keep going up, and everyone thinks it will never stop. Now, here is the twist. These banks are not just giving risky loans. They pack them up, wrap them in shiny packaging, sell them to investors around the world as a form of good investment. The outside, it looked valuable, but the inside, it was rotten. The regulators, the people who are supposed to keep watch, are asleep. That means no one to stop this reckless game. And then, at the breaking point, everything collapses. House prices start to fall, loans get costly. Suddenly, those shiny packages turned completely worthless. Guess what? This was a glimpse of the 2008 financial crisis, where this giant bank collapsed in the same year. That one event that broke global trust, froze credit, and then done. The entire economy got dragged into chaos. Hey everyone, welcome back. A couple days ago, I got a request to cover what exactly is cryptocurrency. So I thought, why not dig down to the root of it, where it all started. That was the 2008 financial crisis in simple terms. Too many risky loans, too much of blind faith, and when reality hit, everything came crashing down. So for many, the message was, the system is rigged, people in charge of money cannot be trusted, what do we do now? The very next year, in 2009, an anonymous person or a group thought, what if there was a new kind of money? Decentralized, transparent, not controlled by any governmental authority or a bank, where every transaction is recorded in plain sight, but no single authority could bail out or manipulate it. That is when Bitcoin came. Bitcoin's very first block even had a hidden message in it, a newspaper headline from 2009. Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. That was Satoshi literally saying, this is why Bitcoin exists, to avoid the failures of traditional banking. But of course, we can't just start using another form of money overnight. It comes with rules and some problems to tackle. One of them being the double spending problem, which basically means, how do you make sure digital money is not copied and spent twice? If you send someone a 10 rupee note in real life, you are physically losing that money. You can't use it again. It's physically gone from your wallet. But in case of digital files, like we usually do, you can just copy and paste it infinitely. What stops someone from copying it and spending it twice or infinitely many times? Usually in traditional finance, banks solve this problem. When you swipe your card, the bank's central ledger checks, do you have the money? Have you already spent it? If yes, the transaction is denied. But if we want to make transactions on money, that to digital money, without banks, there had to be some other way to do it. Bitcoin's solution was, every single transaction should be written on a public ledger or a record called blockchain. Once the transaction is confirmed, it is logged into the chain and cannot be altered. This solved the double spending problem and made it trustless. Peer-to-peer digital cash was possible for the first time. Now you must be thinking, what exactly is blockchain? How does it work? So let's think of blockchain as a giant game of Jenga. Every block is like a page of transaction. You stack one on top of the other, and each block depends on the one below it. Everybody watching, playing the game with you, would immediately get to know that you tried to mess with it. That's exactly how blockchain works. Each block is locked to the one before it. If you try to change a single transaction in one block, it will mess up the entire chain after it. The system will instantly spot the tampering. Now, if digital money exists, where do we trade it? How do we go ahead and buy, and what do we do with it? That is what crypto exchanges are for. These are basically big marketplaces where all the action happens. So it works in a very simple way. You sign up, deposit regular money or even crypto, and then trade. The exchanges work the same way. Matches you with buyers and sellers, shows you live prices, and might as well take a small cut as fees. Some exchanges even offer extras. They can offer built-in wallets, or maybe even margin trading if you want to borrow and trade higher, or even staking if you want to earn some rewards or have some fun. At the end of the day, crypto exchanges are the front door to the entire crypto world. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a pro trader, this is exactly where you step in first. Now, let's meet the main players of the crypto world. Well, each coin has its own vibe and its own purpose. On top, we have Bitcoin, as we said before. The OG. It is basically digital gold. Rare, super secure, but energy heavy and it's pretty slow for daily use. Then you have Ethereum, which is kind of like the app store for crypto. Runs smart contracts and digital apps. There's no supply cap, so it can be prone to inflation. Then you have Tether, which is basically a stable coin. It is used as a safe zone when the markets swing. Then you have the Binance coin. This is Binance's VIP token. It started as free discount, now fuels payments, trading, and the whole Binance ecosystem. Now we went through all the terms and the basic concepts, But how does it all add up together and work in unison? Okay, so once you buy crypto, where do you keep it? You can't just dump it into some normal bank account. You need something that's called a wallet. A crypto wallet is basically a digital locker that holds your coins. But here's the thing, it's not the coins that you are storing, it's the key to them. You've got a public key. Let's compare it to traditional bank account numbers, the address people can send money to. And then you have a private key, which is like a pin to your bank account. Whoever has the private key controls your money. So there are hardware wallets, which are basically physical wallets that you can keep offline, not like offline physical wallets, but more like in a USB stick. These are extremely safe from hackers. Then there are software wallets, which are apps or online platforms. They're more convenient, but again, safety concerns. Now, how would the transaction happen? So let's say you want to send your Bitcoin to your friend. You open the wallet, sign the transaction with your private key, and then hit send. Your friend, meanwhile, would receive that Bitcoin over their public key. But here's the thing, the transaction doesn't go directly to your friend, it gets broadcasted to the entire network and gets registered or recorded into the blockchain. The miners or the validators check if it's legit. Do you really own these coins? Are you trying to double spend them? If everything checks out, your transaction is grouped, added to the blockchain, and logged forever. That's it. Transaction complete, verifiable by anyone. So yeah, crypto isn't just magic digital money. It's a whole system built on tech, trust, and a little bit of chaos. This isn't just the beginning of the story of digital money. The question is, are you just watching it happen, or are you learning enough to be a part of it? Either ways, subscribe to Fund Me Not and we will help you explore, learn, and maybe even earn. So that's all for today. Bye bye.